Hey guys, happy Friday. I got a new phone. It's a 10. We're at fucking 16. But I got a 10. The battery is shit, but I'm just so happy because I've been having technical difficulties for way too long. Probably close to 2 years. But anyway, hi. It's been a while. Like as I said in my last video, it's just because life is happening, and that's a good thing. Because I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm busy. But I do miss not vlog. I do miss this, right? So anyway, yeah, I'm just I have filmed a couple videos in like a podcast or two, but I never end up putting them up. So in a way, it's kind of still hard for me to like remember what I've said and what I haven't said. But I think like in terms of my recent thoughts of what is happening in the world as of late, it's mostly good, which, you know, that's probably a very unpopular opinion, ironically. But like let's start off with AI, right? Everybody, you know, I like to muse, right? I'm a muser. I'm a musine. So AI, it's like, right, everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's going to take all our jobs." So what? So what? Like, it's gonna take the jobs that suck. It's gonna take jobs that fucking suck. Specifically, woman jobs, okay? Customer service jobs, phone center bullshit, receptionists. It's gonna take women out. It's gonna be a really big blow to women, you know, as a whole. And I don't really see that as a bad thing because it's so funny. There's this guy, his name is Gary, and he's on Instagram and probably YouTube. I think his company name or channel name is like GG33. His last name must start with a G too. I don't know. But, or maybe it's Gary Gematria, because that's basically, he's a numbers guy. He's a occultist occultist number guy. And for the most part, I appreciate him because, you know, especially if like you're one of the difficult numbers, which of course I am. Of course I am. 19 is like the hardest date to be born on, because I mean, just think about it as a lay person. You have the number 1 and you have the number 9. They're basically on opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Without being the same, right? 1 and 10, or because zeros, it doesn't matter. Shut up. So yeah, anyway, he has been immensely helpful to me. Although that said, I do not recommend doing doing like a one-on-one with him. One, it's not going to be with him, and two, it's not anything you haven't heard just by watching his reels and stuff like that. Like, just take notes on your number and you will basically get what they will tell you during the call, which I can't remember how much it costs, but it's not like 20 bucks. Okay, I think it was like 200 or so. Anyway, I was very lost at that time. I swear to fucking God, I did it out of desperation. So, what am I talking about? Anyway, yeah, AI, it's just, I see it as a good thing. I think it's going to free a lot of women. Oh yeah, because he's always like, he's like, he's always like, God, it's like uncomfortable to talk about, but not really, because for the most part, I agree with him, but not really, because he's kind of an idiot. Like, so he'll bring up the number 19 in the context of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. And he's always like, women shouldn't vote. Women shouldn't vote. Look at the 19th Amendment, 1 and 9. It's a bad number, right? You had COVID-19. That came out in, was it 2020 or was it 2019? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But COVID-19, very bad thing. I think arguably, it's a number that is, it's like the Tower card in tarot, where it's like, it's really, really a painful sight to see, like to experience. The in the tarot, I think the 19th card, hold on a minute. Let me get my I think it's the Tower card. No. No, it's the Sun card. Yeah, 19 is the Sun card. But it's a very, very difficult thing to be. The nine. It's so hard to talk about numbers like this. Like, he regards 19 as a bad thing, which is why he says the 19th Amendment was bad and women shouldn't vote. And to that I say, if you don't want women to vote, you can't let them work. Because as soon as women started, I guess it's opposite. As soon as women started voting, they started working. Although they probably already were working, because we had already had World War I by that time. And when you have a ton, right, an unfathomable number of men die and leave their wife and or children to fend for themselves, what's going to have to happen? The wife is going to start working, if not also the children. So, yeah, but I do agree, like, I get what you're saying, Gary. Women shouldn't vote, but it's like they're going to as long as they're working. So until that changes, which it's not the women's fault in a way that they started working. It's because of war, something that men start, and also because men, a small select group, right, they went to Jekyll Island, and also Ronald Reagan, these things in conjunction devalued our money. It's so insane. So down the road, there's this house for sale. They want, oh golly, I don't remember how much, $700-something-thousand for it. And so I found that out by going to Zillow. Zillow is amazing. I don't go on Zillow aspirationally, because my house and land is the best. I do not envy anybody's house. I do not envy anybody's land. But whatever. Every now and then when a house near us goes for sale, I like to go and see how much they wanted for it, if they don't have one of those little boxes where you take the paper out. And I'd like to see specifically, more importantly, I like to see how much they paid for that house. And so the house that I'm talking about, it was built in 1977 and it sold for $53,000. Today they want $750,000 for it. That's insane. But I went to, because you got to kind of convert the numbers, right? So from 1953, $53,000, what is that worth today? Today, $53,000 in 1977 is worth $250,000. But at the time, toggling between Zillow and the money translator between times, I like brain farted and I couldn't remember what it was, 1970 something. So I just put in 1970. I put in how much is 53K worth in 1970. It said it was worth $450,000. So between 1970, $453,000 is worth $450. And then I put in 1977 when I toggled back and was like, oh no, it's not 70, it's 77. It sold in 77. It went to 250. So in the span of 7 years, our money was halved. How many times has that happened now? A ton, because now, right, 53,000, if you take it back, 53,000 today in 1977 was worth 149,000. I don't know. It's so insane, Obreno. But long story short, because of men, women work. And because women work, women will vote. So shut up, Gary, you stupid fucking Jew. I can say that because I don't mean anything else than that, okay? He and somebody else might be like, shut up, you fucking beaner. Shut up, you fucking woman, right? It's derogatory, but it's also a fact. So if I want to take it derogatory, I can, but I don't. Like if you call me a woman or you call me a beaner or whatever, it's like, it doesn't hurt me because I know I'm better than you still. Like being a woman is better than being a man because, right, men, for the most part, they kill themselves. Women lie to themselves. Which one is still alive at the end of the day? Arguably, women are worse off because to lie to yourself is terrible. Like to live in delusion, which so many fucking women are. I swear to fucking God, like, it's so funny. I hate having a job. I hate having a job, and I cannot wait until I don't have a job. We have a goal. We have a monetary goal that we have to meet, and then I can quit. Retire, basically. I will retire the moment we get to this goal. But yeah, like today we had a meeting at work. It was literally, okay, so 2:30. Yeah, it was 2 hours long. And even before that, my job is so retarded. Like my job is retarded. It's not, all corporate jobs are retarded. Nothing is a big deal. Like, unless the people that you're working with are fucking retards and who are like kind of rear wheel drive, right? It's like everything is stupid deal. Everything is just, why did you do this? And it's like, how about we just move forward? Let's just remedy the situation. Oh, I made a mistake. Wow, I'm human. I know, like me specifically, I've probably said this, but I am held to a higher degree than I've always been. I've always been held, excuse me, too, I burped a little bit. I was just like some pill right here. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it's like glucosamine or something. I pay a lot for my supplements, so I'm going to take them. Anyway, shut up. God damn it. What am I talking about? I don't know. Like life is just what you make it in so many ways. And that is really largely dependent on who you're surrounded with. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like work is so retarded because I have a bunch of people who like live in the past and are not forward facing. Fucking white people. That's white people. They're always thinking about the past. It's so fucking stupid. Like in a corporate sense, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't get shit done. You need to move forward. Like, and making somebody feel bad for being human. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? But like, yeah, it's that much more apparent to me because last night, something got my 3-month-old guinea hens. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed because the dog started going crazy. So immediately jumped out of bed, looked out the Outlook thing, spotlight on the chicken coop, looking for anything going wrong. Nothing. Dog outside that sleep outside, he was alerted. He was on it. Felt good about it. You know, we got up twice to just make sure everything was okay, because I had locked everybody up. But these little guinea hens, because they're small, they went through the fence, and they like to sit on the rail, and they like to look out and just kind of vibe out, as juveniles do. Well, it got 3 of them killed last night, 3 out of 6. So I'm sad. And so here I'm at work, and people are thinking about stupid things in the wrong way, and I'm just thinking, what could I have done better? Like what, like, you know, just, I don't know. Real matters need to matter. And yeah, nowadays, I'm just really, you know, as anybody in the working world, corporate or otherwise, knows, it could be a fucking family business, you know, small. It's really about making your outside life that much more of a salient thing. What does salient mean? Just in terms, just making it, I don't know. I when I'm at work, it's not that I have one leg out the door at all times. Excuse me. But it's just, I don't know. My outlook on, you know, I never feed into stuff, because I'll definitely every now and then, like on a daily basis, get an email that, I don't know, it seemed like, I don't know if I'm being paranoid, but it's like, are you trying to get my goat? Like, bitch, I'm not a goat farmer. I don't have any of those. Like, and you're not going to get in my chickens. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't ever feed into anything. I will just not respond to an email, or I'll just write back, okay, understood, noted. Like, you're not getting anything from me because this doesn't really fucking matter. Like, I wish I could tell you guys what I do, like, my company, because it makes it that much more, like, silly that they come with these receipts when it's like, that's basically all we sell is a receipt, and that's all I'll say. Like, we don't make anything, we don't produce anything, we sell receipts. So anyway, yeah, I don't know, I'm just, it's such an interesting time to be alive. Like, I don't know, it's just, I think any time has always been really interesting, because it's just, it's always evil versus good. And arguably, evil is not so much, excuse me, I have like mucus in my face all of a sudden. I was sick a few weeks back for a solid week. But it was like at least 2 or 3 weeks now. Anyway. Yeah, somebody said that like evil is, I'm chopping it up, but it's not so much the acts of evil. Evil is more so the fact that people don't do anything. So like, yeah, it's all about just being active in your community, especially. Like, yeah, you know, the Palestine Gaza thing, really not cool, really terrible. But there's really not much you can do about it. There's really not much. And if you want to, you know, go to a protest, if you want to put stuff on social media, if you want to leave comments on, you know, creators who are trying to keep the world abreast on what's happening out there, that's cool. But I think it's much more imperative that you stay clued in with what's happening in your city, in your county, town, whatever you live in. Like for me right now, we got a letter, we're out in the country. We got a letter a few weeks back, a couple weeks back, that said, hey, you're gonna get a smart meter, bitch. You can opt out in like, at the very end, like if you want to opt out, you can, you know, do this. And so of course, you know, like I don't like anything that has the word smart in front of it. Of course, I'm on an iPhone, smartphone, but, you know, I don't have Siri. I don't do Face ID. It's not something, you know, that I use any more than I need to, you know, right? I'm using it as a camera right now because I don't want to go buy a $300-400 camera. This thing was already $350. Anyway, yeah, so I am now going to go to a meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday to say, hey, I don't want a smart meter, and I'm asking because, you know, they're coming and they're here, but there's no option to opt out. That is unacceptable. If I don't want a fucking meter, because they're like, if you're not going to get it, I mean, if you're going to opt out of it, you're still going to get it, but you're going to have to take a picture of your meter once a month, and you have 1 week out of the month where you can send it to us. And if you don't get it in that week, then you're going to, like, it's going to be a strike, and like 2 strikes, and you're out, and then we're going to turn the meter on. So we're going to get the meter, but it's going to be turned off. But it's like, no, we don't want the fucking meter. We should be able to take a picture of the old fucking meter, because we have to pay $5 for every time we take a picture to pay our bill. So $5 will be tacked onto every bill because we are opting to not have it on and not have it, you know, because it's just, it's basically going to be continuously talking to the grid, and it's basically an infringement of our privacy because it will monitor all the electricity that's happening. So it'll know, oh, they turned on a light. Oh, they're using the toaster. Oh, they got a fucking welder on, right? Like they will know in real time what exactly what we are fucking using. So that's just horseshit. Like, Fourth Amendment, somewhere in there, it's just like the American man, woman, right? The American people have a right to privacy within their own homes. And there's a documentary, I pulled that out of, it's called like Take Back Your Power, Take Back the Power, something like that. One of those came out in 2017. It's an hour and 32 minutes long. It's on YouTube. Take It Back Your Power, Take Back the Power, something like that. Just about smart meters. And so, yeah, I'm going to show up, and this weekend I'm going to have to make like a very concise 5-minute or less, declaration of how I feel, where I just have to say, like, hey, I have to plead with them and just say, hey, like, do you really want to go down in history as people who infringed on, thousands of Americans' rights, for Big Brother. You're basically selling us to Big Brother. And, that's fine on one hand, because most people are so detached and, willing to give up their, it boggles my mind when somebody just pulls up their phone and is like, hey, Siri, tell me what time it is. It's like, oh my fucking God. Like, I don't know. And, maybe I don't want to be defeatist and be like, it's not going to be for anything, and but at least I'll, have tried. No, I'm going to like really try and hold out hope that like the enough people, because it's funny, we got a letter from somebody around here, not even in our little HOA thing. It's not a bad HOA. It's somebody down the road who like literally sent out this letter to a bunch of people saying, hey, this thing is bullshit. Watch this documentary. Show up to the meeting on the 1st. We need to see if we can at least just keep our old meters, because yeah, we don't want RF, MF, frequency. We don't want to chance our house catching on fire. So many of houses, buildings with smart meters, freshly installed smart meters, fucking blow up. Just shut up. I don't know. What am I talking about? I don't know. But yeah, I think, instead of feeling really defeated over Palestine and Israel, which on that, like, I feel like obviously our feeds are all really, really curated to us, and our viewpoints and stuff, but it seems really hopeful in terms of what's going on out there, in terms of it ending soon. Oh my God. And like Bibi Netanyahu, why do we call him Bibi? Benjamin Netanyahu. That's like a pet name. Like, why are we pet naming him? Benjamin Netanyahu, like, or is Bibi his real name? I have no idea. I know the guy fucking went to school in fucking New York or something like that. God, America is so stupid. America is so fucking stupid. Like, it's funny. I know. I keep keep tabs on stuff, and I know that China is falling apart. Like, especially anything built after 2016 is, whether it be a road, a bridge, a building, doesn't matter, a house, it's liable to crash and break at any given moment. Shit since 2016 has been shot. But it is funny because, like, I've heard some people say, like, China loves that we are under the thumb of Israel, because it's because of them that we have squandered the last 20, 30, 40 years on defense. Like, we have squandered all our fucking money on defense and them and other random foreign aids that are just cover-ups for human trafficking, drug trafficking, and stuff like that, arms trafficking, political coups. But yeah, China loves that we have squandered, for probably even 5 decades, arguably, of our you know, time as as the greatest nation on earth. Because what have they been doing in the meantime? Yes, I know everything is falling apart, but what have they done? Right? They have built millions of cities, probably billions of miles of road. Like, they have done so much. And I'm not praising China in any way. Like, there's a girl, May's talk about it, MEIS talk about it. Chinese lady. I stumbled onto her channel today, and really sad, really depressing, right? I think we've all known that slave labor is like, that's what I think people associate more so with China, more so than like cheap shit. I mean, yeah, cheap shit is China, cheap shit. But I think it's almost like they would rather us think about associate China with cheap shit than what we did in the 90s and early 2000s, which was China slave labor. That is more so the elephant than this, right? Like, if you can, they make some good stuff, you just got to pay for it. Like, but if you want to cheap out, they will also have many a vendor who will you know, offer you a variety of colors to choose your cheap shit in. But yeah, I don't know. What am I talking about? I am ADDing out the ass. My boyfriend is gonna get home anytime, and as soon as he's here, I can't fucking talk because I love him, and I just like, I just love to vibe with him and like hear about his day, and he makes me food, and it's just, I just love my life. Like, I love my life. It's so fucking nice. Like, you know, the world is falling apart in so many regards, but it's like, it's nice to come home and take a break from it. Although even when I'm not here, I do realize this is just kind of, you know, the way I want to end this is just to say, like, yeah, sure, everything is falling apart, but it's also going to, it always gets rebuilt. Like, societies have fallen. They have fallen. Many of society has fallen. But something always came and took their place, which is what we have now, which you can't really compare because there are so many insane differences. Like the fact that I'm talking on a fucking little thing, you know, this size, and projecting my voice to the entire world. Like, that's crazy. Not just my voice, but my visage, right? Like, I don't know. Just don't lose hope. Know that a lot of good stuff is happening, and it is, the only thing that's really your responsibility to worry about is who you're around. You really need to be around people who are good, who are smart, who are life affirming, who accept you, but also who don't like let you fall and stay down there. Like, you don't want people who like pity you to pity you to pity you. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to say it, but like, you really just want to be with someone around people, and more importantly, a person who is loving and accepting and just that much more understanding of the human condition, because none of us are perfect. Shit does roll downhill, right? That's like the first line in the Bible. Shit rolls downhill. And you just need to be graceful about not, you know, grabbing the shit that has fallen on you and throwing it on somebody else. Like, transmute that shit into something else. Like, one thing I will say is, there's one thing that money cannot buy, and it is creativity. Arguably, the best creativity, I'm not saying rich people can't be creative, but their rate of creativity is so fucking low grade compared to the creativity that comes from real struggle. Like starving artist, like that is what you want to be. That is what you have to be to create greatness. Like as soon as you get money, it's basically all downhill from there. So what I'm saying is, if you are starving, if you are, at rock bottom, create. Like you have a great foundation to plant seeds and sow your skills, sow your pain into something that blooms into something that is 100% you. Blend your custom skills and attributes with your unique life experiences, into a seed that grows something that the world has never seen before. I don't know. Nothing is ever completely lost, because nothing is ever lost, right? Even when we die, we come back in another form. Our soul doesn't just disappear, right? Our body might degrade and, turn into soil and stuff like that. But even then, your physical being will turn into grass or a tree or something like that. But your soul will always, we keep going until you become enlightened. Like, you're going to come back to learn more. You're going to experience more. It might be better, it might be worse. But nothing is ever lost. So with that, thank you guys for tuning in. Take care. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.